Now, 3 home games for Manchester City this season. 3 times they've scored 5 or more goals. RB Leipzig were the latest team to struggle at the Etihad, although they played their part in a game that finished 6-3.
The first game at home is so important to do it, and we score a lot of goals. So last 3 games at home we scored 16. So for our fans is nice, and for us as well, of course, to give them. And yeah, now rest and think on Southampton.
Just talking about that point there about the goals specifically, you obviously decided not to buy a striker in the summer, but 11 different players have scored already for you this season. Does that vindicate that decision in any ways already?
Sam, because we are winning, the moment we are going to lose, we don't score goals, we're going to say why we didn't buy a striker. I know this history for a long time, so I'm a genius in my decisions. I'm a failure when the decisions are doing well. So we have an outstanding squad. Always I will be grateful for the club. Today we made 300 games for rest. Since day one until now, they gave me exceptional players with a good mentality, and we did a very good things together.
Yeah, it's tough being a manager. One moment you're a genius, and then you know you got it all wrong. After the disappointment of losing the final, though, when he was told he got it all wrong, and in a difficult group, how important was it for City to get off to a winning start?
Yeah, we've had Pep Guardiola following Jurgen Klopp. I mean, 2 of the great speaking managers I think we've been fortunate to have in England. The win is important, as everyone will know, but I think, again, the fact that Man City have scored so many goals, the fact that they were all different goal scorers, including one own goal, of course, as Pep said, you know, it kind of keeps the argument quiet with regards to going for an out-and-out number 9. The three goals conceded will be an issue, but 3 points is all you need in the Champions League group stage for each game. And come the end of the group, if you're top and qualified, the results and the performances essentially won't matter too much. So great for Man City fans to watch. Continuation of this goal-scoring fest that they're on at the moment.
Yeah, it is incredible, isn't it? The way he does this, because the considered opinion seemed to be, you haven't got Harry Kane, you're going to struggle. No striker for Manchester City this summer, no problem, is it? They've now scored 17 goals in the last 4, 11 different players. How does he do this? Well,
again, it's interesting. I mean, I love listening to Pep. I don't think I've said it on the show before. The time that I like listening to Pep most is just before the game, and that sort of pre-match interview. That I can get a sense. I like to think I get a sense of where Man City are going to play. When he's so focused, like he was there, even after, you know, the Manchester City are going to be difficult to play against. He spoke about it the other week, saying that he didn't want his players to move. He wanted the ball to move. But then I was looking at footage of Man City playing, and all the players are moving all over the place. Without that out-and-out number 9. It is so difficult to pick these Manchester City players up. The fact they scored from a corner yesterday, Nathan Ake, the first goal, will be encouraging, because Man City fans will know this. They are not very good with so many corners. So there's positives going from there. But again, Phil Foden, I think, came in. Kevin De Bruyne back in from a fantastic team or a fantastic squad. Now they're getting all these players to get game time. It's only going to get worse, you'd imagine, for the rest of the Premier League.
Yeah, it looks ominous for the rest. And the first Champions League goal as well for Jack Grealish. I know you love his stats, so here we go with this one. He became the first Englishman to both score and assist on their Champions League debut since Wayne Rooney in September 2004. How much at home did he look at this level?
Again, this is a player who, in Jack Grealish, who I was expecting so much. When I say different, when he was going to go to Man City, I was trying to work out how the Aston Villa Jack Grealish was going to fit into a Manchester City side. But taking the Tottenham game away from the performances, obviously because of the defeat, he's fitted in. And again, after the game, he was speaking, and the way that he was talking, it was like Pep was asking or demanding more from the team. I wasn't sure if it was a team or Jack in particular. And Jack said, yeah, I've got to listen to him, and enough respect. And it just seems that he is thriving off that environment. The fact that he scored and assisted for City last night is obviously a bonus to that. But with 6 goals being scored by City, there was a chance that he would either be one of the scorers or an assist. So it's again going so well for Jack Grealish, and the rest of the Premier League needs to look out, Rob.
Yeah, you mentioned Phil Foden too. 20-minute cameo from him. Wow, okay, the players just keep coming, as you said. Okay, so how quickly will he be able to work his way back into this side?
I think for Phil, and I'm so glad that he got some game time, is that because Manchester City have been playing so well, because England have been playing so well, you know, the go-to player for the end of last season, be through no fault of his own, has ended up in a position where, you know, he's going to have to fight so hard to get back in the England side, but also to get into this Man City side. When they're scoring so many goals, you would imagine that he's got to do something extra special to say to Pep that I want to be on the starting lineup. So I think he's capable of doing it. He's young enough, he's got enough skill. And again, when you've got Jack Grealish in a side, there's someone to work with to get that extra level out of him. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Phil Foden responds, how he gets back, and more of that wonderful skill, that Kes type spirit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good book. Kevin De Bruyne also made his first start of the season after injury. Is he key to City's chances of winning this competition?
I think with Kevin, it's an interesting one, because we're talking about Jordan Henderson at Liverpool. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne, because of the injuries he's had, you would expect that Pep's going to obviously take care of him, make sure that he's right for the big games in this competition. As I say, winning 6-3 or winning 1-0 in the group stage doesn't matter. It's just 3 points. It's what happens in the knockout stages, and Kevin De Bruyne will then be a key figure in that. We're talking about the quality around the Manchester City side. Well, when everybody's at their best, I can't think of anyone who's going to be any better than Kevin De Bruyne. So him being fully fit, him being 100% and on his game is what Man City need if they've got a chance, and they have a realistic chance, obviously, of winning the Champions League this year.
Yeah, we got to spare a thought for Christopher Nkunku. Imagine how that conversation would go in about 30 years' time. Grandad, did you ever score a hat-trick in the Champions League? Yeah, well, sort of. But City did concede 3. You know, you can almost imagine Pep Guardiola be furious. You know, what will he make of that defensive display?
This is the thing, Rob. I mean, I'm talking about it from practical terms. That you get 3 points, it doesn't matter what the scoreline is. But if and again, looking at Pep and having seen what he expects of his sides, this is a point where the top manager will be saying that we can't concede 3 goals. Win 6-0 and I'll be more happy. Conceding any goals will be something that he's not going to be happy with. And as you say, Nkunku getting a hat-trick, I'm assuming he'll get the match ball at the end of it, but it's like you said, putting that on your mantelpiece and saying, how did you get on in the game? We lost 6-3. Doesn't sound so good. But from Pep's point of view, there will be, I'm sure, a lot of video work with the defensive unit to look at why Nkunku was able to score his hat-trick.
Yeah. In a word, yes or no, is this finally the year Manchester City win the Champions League?
Yes, if they beat Chelsea.
Oh, okay.